Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games and part 2 of our How to Play Weekend Warrior series. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll be taking you through the order of play, rounds, activations and actions. In part 1 we went through how to get started, what you'll need to play and the key concepts, but now it's time to look at the order of play, rounds, activations and actions. Let's get started with the order of play, and there are 11 steps to Weekend Warriors that make it really easy, and you can find these 11 steps in the one-page reference guide at the back of the book, but also in page 13. Let's go through those 11 steps now. So step 1, you choose a skirmish. In step 2, you set up the battlefield, the terrain and the objectives, and you do this in line with your skirmish template. In step 3, you assemble your warbands and set them up on the table. In step 4, you roll off to decide who activates the first warrior. Step 5, players take turns activating warriors and carrying out actions. Step 6, at the end of each round, check objectives and assign points. Step 7, repeat for the number of rounds specified in the skirmish rules. Step 8, if all of one player's warriors are taken out, then the game ends. In step 9, the game can also end as soon as a winning objective is achieved. Step 10, in point games, total up the points to see who won. And then finally, in step 11, the winner receives their prize. We've covered a number of these steps already, especially in creating your skirmish, but now we've really got to look at the rules for all this to make sense. So let's start by looking at the rounds, activations and actions. A skirmish battle will usually consist of 4 or 5 rounds. At the start of the first round, players will roll off to decide who sets up their warriors on the battlefield first. Whoever rolls the highest decides who places the first warrior. Then players alternate placing their warriors one at a time until all warriors are placed on the battlefield. Some quests or missions may specify that a certain player sets up first, and these special rules will be written on each skirmish rules sheet. Now let's look at the activations, and at the start of each round, players will roll off to decide who activates the first warrior. Whoever rolls the highest wins the roll-off. If it's a tie, then re-roll again until one player wins. Each warrior is activated once per round, and players take turns activating their warriors in a you go, I go fashion until all warriors have been activated. As the battle moves on and the warriors are taken out, a player might have more warriors in the battle than the other player. If that's the case, that player keeps activating their warriors until they have all been activated. Now we're on to actions, and there are various action types that you can use in Weekend Warriors. During an activation, a warrior may carry out these actions. The number of actions is limited to the number of the action characteristic on the warrior card. The armour choice decides this, so it'll be 3, 4 or 5, and we did cover this in our How to Create a Warrior video. Actions may be carried out in any order and any number of times, as long as the warrior has enough actions in their action characteristic. For example, a warrior with 3 actions can either move, move, move again. They can attack, attack and attack again if the weapon allows. They can move, attack, then move again. Or they can move, attack and push. There are 11 actions that a warrior can carry out in the main rules, and you can find these on page 30 of the rulebook. The actions a warrior can carry out are as follows. They can attack, and this will come with either a 1, 2 or 3 action cost. They can move for 1 action. They can incur a climb penalty for 1 action. a rough terrain penalty for 1 action. They can push, slide, search, all going to cost them 1 action. They can heal for 2 actions. They can carry out Overwatch, which is 2 actions. They can pick up for 1 action, or they can simply pass for free. Some actions are more complicated than others, and because this is designed to play with kids of all different ages, you can choose which ones to include in your game and which ones to leave out. For example, you might not want to include the climb penalty, so you can freely move around the battlefield if you don't have that in place. But if you do choose to use it, then there would be a penalty if a warrior climbs any terrain. Now we've gone through the rounds, activations, order of play, and an overview of the actions. Come and join me for part 3 of this How to Play Weekend Warrior series, where we'll go into detail for each of the actions your warrior can carry out during the game. I hope this video was helpful, and I can't wait to see you in the next part of this How to Play Weekend Warrior series. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. If you'd like to get some awesome benefits and support the channel as well, then you can join my Patreon page from as little as £3 per month, and you'll get some great benefits including skirmishes each month, 1 for sci-fi, 1 for fantasy, lots of other freebies as well. And if you join at the top level, the £10 per month level, you'll get a free PDF copy of the book. So I'll put a link in the description below for you to check it out and see if you're interested, and it'd be great to see you there.